Welcome to Accounting 210. This is Dr. Kasi, and I'm glad to welcome all of you to the class. I wanted to use this video to make a personal explanation about what to expect from the class. First, you will see folders for each week, and the assignments for that week will be included in the folder. The first file for each week should be the list of assignments and their due date. This will help keep you on track. Please make sure to check this at the beginning of each week because things are not always due on the same day of the week. Also, please find the Mutual Help Forum at the top of the course. This is where you can post questions about the material that you're going through if you're not exactly sure how to work it. You are even free to post specific questions that you have from your quizzes, because quizzes are algorithmic, meaning that they will generate different numbers every time you see the question. So if you've worked through a question and you didn't get to the right answer, you can actually copy and paste the text along with the way that you worked the problem, and then I or one of your other classmates can come along, read it, and help point out where you went wrong in your calculation and how to get to the correct answer. The Mutual Help Forum is going to be one of the best tools that you will have in this course. I also want to discuss with you a common problem for online education. Online courses have developed a reputation for being less difficult than their on-campus counterparts. While that may be true for some courses, I believe that students taking a course and receiving credit for it should complete and understand everything in the course. Whether that course is offered in a seated or an online format, they should have the same material. What that means for you is that even though this class is online, I am covering all of the material that is covered in the day sections, and students have to complete the same large projects completed by the seated classes, including a group project. In a recent semester, one student complained to me, "This work is hard and it's like you expect us to learn everything that the day class has to learn." That is actually true. The material can sometimes be difficult, and I do expect all students in an Accounting 210 course to learn the same information. I understand that online courses can actually be more challenging than a seated course because the interaction component is missing. I have tried to accommodate for some of the missing components through discussion boards and lecture videos, but I know that these things cannot entirely replace face-to-face interaction. That same student that I mentioned a moment ago happened to be enrolled in a block section of the class and also complained that there was a heavy workload for the class. He complained that he didn't have time to do all of the work. If you're taking this course in an A block or a B block format, you may find this class extra challenging because we still cover all of the material, but in half the time. Hopefully your advisor explained to you that this is what would happen prior to signing you up for the course so that you already knew what to expect. You're taking a course that was designed to be delivered over 16 weeks and squeezing it down into an 8-week block. So it's like you're really doing 2 weeks of work for each 1 week of class. Please understand that this is something that I cannot adjust for you. If you've chosen to take the class in a condensed time frame, it unfortunately does not mean that you get the light version of the material. What you've signed up for is the full course in a shortened time frame, so the workload will be heavy each week. If this is something that will not work with your schedule, I would encourage you to drop the block course and add it as a full semester course next semester. I really want everyone taking this course to be successful, and if a block course isn't for you, then a full semester will probably serve you better. In regard to completing your assignments, I want to encourage you to not wait until the weekend that the assignment is due to begin working on it. I understand that the weekend is when most people tend to have the most free time, and it's tempting to push the workload off until then. However, if you do this, you could end up being surprised by some of the due dates and actually missing some assignments. Not everything is due at the end of a weekend. Also, it makes it very hard to actually learn the material. People will commit it to short-term memory and then not perform very well on timed tests. It also does not give you very much time, if any, to receive feedback. As you'll note from the syllabus, I generally do not check email or discussion boards on Saturday nights or Sundays at all. Saturday nights and Sundays are reserved for religious activities and for my family. This is my only time off during the week. Just like you, I have a lot of responsibilities during the week. I teach full-time. I have regular seated classes on campus, serve on committees, help advisees and other students, and run a free tax clinic. Just as you should not put off a big project until the weekend before it is due and expect your coworkers or your boss to come in and work with you on a Saturday or Sunday because you procrastinated, do not put off your schoolwork until right before the deadline and expect your peers or a professor to be available at the last moment to answer questions. Remember, online classes are not the same thing as weekend school. If weekends are the best time for you to do your work, my advice would be for you to work a week ahead. On the weekends, work on the material due for the upcoming week rather than the week that is just ending. This way, you have plenty of time to ask questions, get responses, and absorb the material. The students who are the most successful in the class report to me that this is the way that they time their assignments. I am happy to answer your questions about the material or the course itself. The best way to get quick feedback about the material is by using the Mutual Help Forum. This way your peers and I both have access to your question, and it allows you to get the quickest possible answer. If you have questions about something other than the material, email is the fastest way to reach me. I am also always happy to see you in person during my office hours or schedule a time to speak with you by phone, but these are the two slowest ways of getting in touch with me. I look forward to this semester with all of you, and I know that if we work together, we can have a successful class.